Zel Boy Army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. Today we are looking at the best centre-backs on FIFA 21. There's probably going to be a lot of debate on this one, and probably a lot of you are going to disagree with some of my opinions on this. I've not used every single centre-back on this video, but I've played against every single one at some point. I've used most of them, and I think, honestly, there's a lot of great centre-backs in this list. Every single one on this list is very usable and will do a very good job. I will clarify from the start that I've not put any fullbacks on here. I will openly say a lot of the fullbacks, like Theo Hernandez, Reece James, Babu, are probably going to be better than nearly any centre-back on this list. But for this series where we look at the best players at each position, I'm purely looking at the actual positions. So today we're just looking at centre-backs. Let's get into it. Starting at number 23, we have Ronald Koeman's Moments card. He's a bit slow. If he had 85 pace, he'd be very high on the list. He's got a great all-round card. His ability on the ball keeps him on the list, I think, but he's coming in near the bottom just because of his pace. I just wish he was quicker. Pace is going to be vital on this list. Pace, height, body types, all these things do make a big difference on FIFA this year with centre-back, so it does hold Koeman back. 22, we're looking at David Alaba. He hasn't got his upgrade to an 89 yet. This card will probably go slightly higher when it goes to an 89. He just needs a little bit more pace. If Bayern end up winning the Champions League, this guy's a top tier centre-back. Amazing on the ball, got the weak foot, defending's amazing. He could just do with a bit more physical and pace, but it's a very good card. 21, we have Laporte. Not as good on the ball or quite as agile as Alaba, but he has the bigger body type, bit more sprint speed, better physical, very good card. A rule breaker all the way from the start of the year. That is still a very good centre-back. Diego Carlos. He's probably not going to get another card this year on his headliners. It's unlikely he gets another in form, but he's very good in game. 6'1", great weak foot, great physical, brilliant on the ball. He turns well with his agility. He's fairly quick. Again, if he got another in form, he'd boost a few places. Up on this list, number 20 is Diego Carlos. Boateng, high sprint speed, elite physical and defending. 6'4", so he's got a huge body type with great weak foot. He's just too slow off the mark to be really high on this list. He gets done by through balls just because his acceleration's too low. If he had 85 pace with like 8 acceleration, 90 sprint speed, he'd be one of the very best. But he's missing out on being higher up because of that. What is it? We've got 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Number 18, Jules Koundé. A bit small. He's small enough that his body type doesn't quite get the same blocks as some of the other centre-backs. But he's quick. He turns very well. He just lacks the physical and extra pace that some of the higher-up centre-backs have. So he's number 18. Tapsoba basically plays like a worse version of Team of the Year Van Dijk. Very good card. Feels a bit clunky though, being 6'4". I tried him out for a weekend and he was just a little bit slow to turn. But he's rapid, very good physical, great defending. In the box when you drop back and people try to break down, he's amazing. But he's just a little bit slow to turn. Pace isn't the only thing that matters when it comes to dealing with through balls. Body type, being able to turn quick, those stuff make a big difference well. But I do like Tapsoba, so he's 17. Gomez has everything you want on this game, just lacks the elite physical, elite defending, bit of agility that some of the top centre-backs have. So he's coming at number 16. Still very good card, but maybe a bit overpriced. 15, we've got Upamecano. Quite similar to the Gomez card. Bit slower off the mark, but more sprint speed, better agility, better dribbling, bit more defending, physical. Has the weak foot of Joe Gomez, but he's basically just a better version of that Joe Gomez. Prime Moments, Blanc, too slow to be really high. I think he's coming at number 15 or 14 on the list. If he was more pace on him, a bit more agility, he'd be really high. Bit like that Tapsoba card. But more elite defending. He plays very well, but just lacks a few of the key stats that really work on this year's FIFA. Klostergo, insane pace. That's one of his main attributes. He just doesn't have the physical of some of the other centre-backs. Even though he's 6'2", he does turn quite well. It amazes me how well he turns for a centre-back with 69 agility. Good on the ball. Very, very quick. His recovery speed's elite, and he's got great defending. I just wish he was a bit quick, not a bit quicker, a bit more physical. So I think he's number 13 on the list. Sol Campbell coming at number 12. He's too poor at turning. Like, his lack of agility, his body type being stocky, that hurts him on through balls. But his out-and-out defending, physical, and pace is insane. If he had like 70 plus agility, he'd probably be near top 5, but that does hold him back. But I do really like the card. So number 12. Kyle Walker plays better in game than his stats suggest to me. He just lacks the ridiculous physicals and defending of some of the very top ones. And I'm also putting him down the list because of his price. Because with no icon chemistry being over 1 million coins, it's a bit crazy. Bad weak foot, but out and out defending the through balls, he's about as good as it gets. So he's number 11. Akanji's getting in at number 10. This card's also going to get an 87 boost soon, so that helps him. 87 boost. If he gets an 87 pace on that card, that'd be pretty crazy. He's got very good agility, good defending. Needs a bit more physical compared to some of the very top centre-backs, but with the boost he's going to get soon, that'll help him. Smaldini, I wish he had a bit more excel and was a little bit less clunky because he's 6'4", so he's a bit clunky. But he's got the sprint speed, elite physical and defending. He is pretty good on the ball, so he plays very well. This was a very good what-if card. That's number 9. Cannavaro lacks the sprint speed to be higher up this list and is a little bit small. But I think he's got the second best defending stats on the game after Van Dijk and Maldini. He's very good physically. His agility is insane, so he turns very quick. Just a bit small and lacks the sprint speed. That's number 8. Vidic, a bit clunky and a bit slow. Maybe I've put him a bit too high, but his body type in game is ridiculous with the defending physically. He's about as good as it gets physically. He just bullies players. If he had 5 more pace and 10 more agility, he'd maybe be the best centre-back in the game. But he lacks a little bit there to be too high. I think that was 6. I think that was 6 on the list. 5, we've got Sergio Ramos. Has everything except for he's only 6 foot and a little bit slower than the absolute best centre-backs. I really wished it wasn't all about pace, but pace matters so much this year that Ramos is getting slightly put down. But as an out-and-out all-round player, he is very good. This is even number 4 or 5. I think it's number 4. We've got Varane in there. Basically, he's worse than Ramos, but just has the height and sprint speed that make him better on the game. Bit clunky, but his elite sprint speed with defending physical and his body. He just seems to get so much go his way. Varane is elite this year, and this is a card that could go further. I think he's still about to get a boost to a 90 as well. So we'll get to that 89 sprint speed, which makes him a 99 sprint speed player in game. Oh no, okay, this is number 4 now. Moments Rio, crazy pace, bit clunky with the agility, but he has great physical defending, solid on the ball with that freestyle weak foot. Great card. If he was a bit better agility, then he'd be a bit higher. Team of the year, Van Dijk. My biggest issue with Van Dijk, on previous FIFAs he'd have been fine, but with the through balls on this game, is with 70 agility and a big body, he just sometimes gets beat by through balls that other centre-backs don't, and it does hold him back a bit. He's an amazing card still, and he's the best defender in the game when it comes to just sitting in your box, blocking, being hard to get past. He just still gets done by through balls. I was amazed when I used him how many through balls he got done by. Number 2, we're putting big moments Marcel Desailly. Even though he has less agility than Van Dijk, being 6'1", his body type just seems to turn a little bit quicker, and I found him better at dealing with through balls. I've not even used the moments, I used the prime. I preferred prime Desailly to team near Van Dijk. This card has ridiculous physicals, ridiculous defending. Desailly just seems to have his own body type in game where he just absolutely mullers people, just bodies them like... He's insane. There's only one centre-back that I'm going to put above him on this list, and it is big moments Maldini. The extra pace on this card, the 4-star weak foot, best defending. Yeah, he has even more defending than Van Dijk. He's got the best defending stats in the game. He's as quick as anyone. His physicals are now fine. Like, this card's just crazy. And Maldini turns quite well because he's 6'1". The composure, the reactions, like this guy just doesn't lack anything. He is not worth the coins. But this isn't really that much based on value. It's just who is the best. This Maldini is pretty special. Comes at a special price. So let's look what he is on the market right now, if he even is on the market. Yeah, he's not even on the market. Well, what's Desailly? Expensive still for a centre-back. But yeah, that is the list. Lots of great centre-backs on here. You might disagree with some of the position of them. If you do, please let me know where you would rank these guys. It was pretty hard to do. There's a lot of great players. Next in the series, we're going to be looking at CDMs. As always, I massively appreciate your guys' support on the channel. Hope you enjoyed this series. Keep it spicy.